So before I get into today's video, I just want to apologize for any background noise that you hear. I'm literally recording this during Hurricane Ian and there's a lot of wind and rain and stuff, so if you hear some kind of ruckus in the background, that's what that is. But anyways, the content does not stop. So today I have a Warlock build for you guys and it's focused around Handheld Supernova. Now I literally forgot that this was in the game. I haven't used it since Void 3.0 was introduced, but I remembered that way before Void 3.0 was a thing, it got a pretty substantial buff. I believe it got its damage increased by 100%. So I figured I would capitalize on that. Now we can use it with Devour, and I want to make this thing like a handheld nuke. So let's go ahead and jump into this build. Now in order to take advantage of the Handheld Supernova, you need to use magnetic grenades paired with Chaos Accelerant. It pretty much allows us to charge up our magnetic grenade and release it into a short range Void Blast, aka Handheld Supernova. Now I did try this build out with Shadow of the Old Gods before I used it with Devour, and it was fun. I mean, who doesn't like having the Void buddy going around weakening everything and siphoning them? But I felt that using it with Devour just made the build flow much nicer. You're able to get that grenade energy whenever you get kills when Devour is activated, and your health is just fully refilled whenever you do get a kill. So it just made it flow that much better because I want to be able to have my Handheld Supernova as much as possible. As for my fragments, I am using Echo of Instability, Echo of Persistence, and Echo of Undermining. I will be using a Void weapon for this build because I'm using Verity's Brow, so I'll be able to take advantage of those volatile rounds whenever I get a grenade kill. Also, Devour will last longer because of Echo of Persistence, and Echo of Undermining will weaken the enemy that I'm hitting with my Handheld Supernova, causing it to do more damage. And you're going to see in the gameplay, I can just pretty much one bang like mini bosses and actually do pretty good boss damage with the Handheld Supernova. Since the goal of this build is to use my Handheld Supernova very frequently, and I have to use a Void weapon because of Verity's Brow, I went with my Unforgiven with Demolitionist and Frenzy. This thing is an absolute monster. Now you don't need a Void weapon with Demolitionist, but you at least need a Void weapon to take advantage of Verity's Brow and volatile rounds. Your other two weapons don't really matter, but for this gameplay I'm using my Deliverance, my trusty Deliverance. I love this thing, and I'm also using Gallowhorn. As for my stats, I have 100 Resilience, 70 Recovery, 10 Discipline, and 100 Strength. Now these are the four most important stats for this build. I mean, my mobility is at 20 and my intellect is at 30, which I'm not too really worried about that, but the 100 resilience is really important for that damage reduction, and 100 strength is also nice because I don't have any other way to generate melee energy, so I'm just purely relying on the 100 stat for that. But my discipline is at a 10. Now I have many ways to make up for that with Verity's Brow, with Demolitionist on both my weapons, with Devour, so I'm not too worried about having very low discipline. I can pretty much have my Handheld Supernova whenever I need it as long as I'm playing the build correctly. And like I just stated a second ago, my exotic armor piece of choice for this build is Verity's Brow. I feel like I never really see anybody using this exotic. I mean, I don't even use it that often, but this thing is actually juiced. Now it gives you the armor perk The Fourth Magic, which states that weapon final blows with a damage type matching your subclass energy grant death throws, which provides a grenade damage bonus and grants you grenade energy. When you have death throws and throw a grenade, nearby allies gain greatly increased grenade regeneration for a short time. I believe quite a while ago this exotic actually got a pretty substantial buff. I believe they changed death throws to grant you 100% damage bonus to your grenade when you have ×5 death throws. This actually gives some versatility to my Handheld Supernova. I mean, I can use it just to clean up some regular red bars, maybe a yellow bar, you know, something easy like that. And then if I need to, I can stack up death throws to ×5 and just absolutely nuke a mini boss, a champion, do some burst damage to a normal boss. I mean, this adds so much flexibility to the way that you can use your Handheld Supernova. And not to mention that this exotic has a support aspect to it as well. As long as you're throwing grenades while death throws is active, and as long as you're near your teammates, they're going to get their grenades back insanely quickly. So you're helping out with their grenade spam, you're increasing the damage of your own grenades and getting your grenade energy back faster as well. I mean, this thing is just an all-around good exotic. So as long as you're able to stack up death throws, you're going to get a lot of usage out of this exotic. Moving on to the mods, I'm using Elemental Ordnance, Seeking Wells, 2 stacks of Fonts of Might, Elemental Time Dilation, and Bolstering Detonation. I'll create a Void Elemental Well whenever I get a kill with my Handheld Supernova, which will seek to me with Seeking Wells, and provide me a 25% weapon damage buff to Void weapons because of Fonts of Might. Now this buff will last longer due to Elemental Time Dilation and my double stacks of Fonts of Might. I think it lasts around 16 seconds, if I could be wrong, but I believe it's 16 seconds. And bolstering detonation will give me class ability energy whenever I cause damage with my Handheld Supernova. Now the reason I went with my Fonts of Might build, getting that extra weapon damage, as opposed to going the firepower route or something like spawning a bunch of Void Elemental Wells to get their ability back faster, is because I really want to get those Void weapon kills to make my Handheld Supernova do more damage. So I figured I would have Demolitionist on my weapon, I have Frenzy, so I want to be able to increase the likelihood of me getting weapon final blows so I can get that nice damage buff on the Handheld Supernova. So there's the complete build, boys. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. I have not taken this build off, and I created it about like last week or something like that. I don't know, it's been a while and I just have not taken it off. I love volatile rounds, I love seeing all the explosions everywhere, I love getting Devourer, and I love the fact that Handheld Supernova just absolutely nukes everything it sees. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below, and I will see you guys in the next video. Deuces.